This is Bogota in Colombia, the capital of Colombia. As you can see, it's a ginormous city of over, 8 million people and counting. That depends how you put those figures together, of course. Like most Latin American cities, it has a certain form, a morphology that is incredibly common actually across the larger conurbations in Latin America, although obviously with differences. In the foreground here you can see the CBD area, and up here towards the hills on which we stand you find high-class residential area, and that's also the same over the other side. The upper classes have always sought to distance themselves from the heat and the grime of the city below. Stretching out into the distance then you see large suburbs, and particularly out there towards the south or the southwest, the city stretches for many kilometers in some pretty marginal lower middle class and lower class housing. Some of the worst housing is found on some of the other hills surrounding the city. You also find out towards the poorer areas usually a significant concentration over here of industry, and Bogota's a very important industrial center for Colombia and for South America as a whole. Colombia, of course, is an exporter of fruit, bananas and pineapple, as well, of course, as coffee and chocolate. And of course, it's something that doesn't register on those measures is cocaine, which it's estimated accounts for something like 1/3 of all exports from Colombia. So highly reliant on primary product exports, which is a legacy of the Spanish colonial period here. And so there's an enormous conflict over control of those resources, and that's manifested itself in terms of a civil war over the last 50 years really, which only recently peace has been arrived at, and that peace is very contentious. So here we are up on Montserrat Hill. It's nearly 3,200 meters above sea level, and we're in Bogota, Colombia. Buenos días, que tengan buen día. Chao.